Sorry, I'm late by 2 minutes, but I'm here. So please comment CPA dreams. Okay, if you are here watching live, please do comment and share this video so we can inspire many students and CPA aspirants, no? So yesterday, actually, I have done one session with financial accounting and reporting, cash and accounts receivable. Okay, so to be honest, I just shared yung concepts lang talaga. Okay, and then I just give sample problem and we answer it. And at the end of the presentation, wala naman ako masyadong na-receive na questions. So I think they are learning. So I'm thankful for that. And then today, so we are going to have the, how can I say it? This presentation, no? But I think there is a problem with my, I think I should share actually my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, but let me just check. I think there is, okay, so it's here. The PowerPoint. So I'm going to use PowerPoint classification of obligations. But before that, okay, but before I move on, okay, so before I move on with the PowerPoint presentation and the classification of obligations, I just want to answer yung question ng isang estudyante kasi sabi niya is, nahihirapan ako sa focus. Okay, this time naman, focus, okay? I really do understand kasi we have a lot of distraction, okay? And sometimes, lalo na kung medyo mahirap yung sitwasyon mo, okay? And hindi mo talaga, okay, let's face it, I'm going to give you my advice, okay? To be honest, no, i-postpone na lang natin muna yung May 2021 LECPA or SIPALE. Okay? Kasi what I can see, since the virus is increasing the number of cases in the Philippines, so possibility is we are not going to have the exam. Okay? Let's face it. It's gonna happen. Okay? So, what I want you to do is focus on the things that you can control. Okay? So, ano yung pwede mong i-control at the moment? Okay, kung ikaw ay fresh graduate, okay, and probably your parents they are waiting for you to help them, diba? So siguro naghihintay sila na tumulong ka kasi graduate ka na, kung meron kang mga kapatid, then baka sila yung kailangan yung support mo sa kanila. So what I want you to do is look for a part-time job, okay, even online, like online bookkeeping, or try to look for any side hustle na pwede mong gawin so that you can contribute. Kasi let's face it, kasi mahirap yung buhay ngayon, no? Pwede ka rin namang maghanap, no, ng ibang business na pwede mong pasukin. Kung magaling ka sa accounting, then do a one-on-one tutorial. Okay, kung ikaw naman sa tingin mo pwede ka mag-administrative task, then do it, no? Kung pwedeng gawin, kailangan nating gawin. Okay, so para makatulong sa family. Now, second thing is, kung hindi ka naman pino-force ng family to na mag-review na and maging CPA, then my suggestion is just focus on the review. Okay, probably you are not doing a face-to-face review, then do an online review and follow the schedule na binibigay. Okay? So, hanap ka ng pwedeng mag-focus ka, okay? And then, take away all the possible distractions. Okay? So, moving on, siguro next week, I'm going to discuss naman dun sa mga nag-take ng opportunity for the SIPALE and CPA SPLE handouts and test banks. I'm going to have a discussion for inventory. Okay? So, inventory naman. And then, so for the month of February, I'm sharing about uh, all about financial accounting and reporting. Okay? So, but before I move on dun sa discussions talaga natin about classification of obligations, please do comment CPA Dreams para malaman ko kung okay ba yung sounds, okay? Okay ba yung sounds ko mga kapatid? Please do comment. Okay lang po ba? Okay? Please comment CPA Dreams and please like and share this video. Is everything good? I hope everything is working well. Okay? So I think there is no issue. Okay, so I will continue. Now, I think what I'm going to do is share screen, okay, for the PowerPoint. So there are few PowerPoint slides na gagamitin ko, okay? So I think that's the best way how to do it, okay? Now I know where's the mistake. I'm sharing. Okay, let me just fix it. Yung PowerPoint ko. Okay, so yung discussion natin is about classification of obligations. Actually, meron tinatawag na primary classifications and secondary classifications. So for the primary classifications, we have pure and conditional. Okay? So, eto kasi kalimitan tinatanong din. Okay? So, when you say pure, it's demandable at once. Okay? Now, pagka naman conditional, okay, simple lang to, laging merong kasamang condition. Okay? Meaning, yung fulfillment or extinguishment ng obligation is possibility na ka-attach siya sa future and uncertain event. Okay? Doon kasi sa pure, like for example, no, you owe somebody, meron kang utang, no, kailangan mong bayaran at the end of the month, yung rental, for example. Without any future and uncertain event, you really need to pay it. So it is demandable at once. If you don't pay at the end of the month, then pwede kang mapaalis ng nagpapaupa sa'yo. So that is pure. Walang any conditions. Kung conditional naman, ang extinguishment depends upon a future and uncertain event. Okay? So sinasamahan ng condition. Okay? So sa condition kasi, sa conditional, meron tinatawag na with the period or term. Okay? Dito is fulfillment or extinguishment depends upon a future and certain event. Okay? Dito sa classification of obligations, meron din tayong alternative and facultative. Okay? Sa conditional, tatandaan, pwedeng yan ay with a period or term. Okay? Now, another classification is alternative and facultative. So, pag sinabing alternative, ang tinitingnan mo lang dito, there are several prestations. Pero yung debtor is pwedeng mag-perform ng one or some, but not all. Ibig sabihin, may choice si debtor na kung anong prestation ang kailangan niyang i-deliver. Okay? Or meron siyang tinatawag na choice sa alternative. Sa facultative obligation naman, several prestations with the principal obligation and substitute prestations. So, the choice is generally given to the debtor. Okay? Now, ang focus kasi dito sa alternative and facultative, ang tinitingnan is yung prestation or subject. Okay? Now, punta naman tayo sa other classifications pa. We have joint and solidary. Okay. Laging napapasama itong dalawang to sa multiple choice questions natin. Okay. Joint. Ang ibig sabihin nito, each can be made to pay only his share in the obligation. Ang ibig sabihin, magbabayad ka lang ng specific amount or specific share mo dun sa obligation na yon. Hindi mo kailangan bayaran yung buong obligation or hindi mo kailangan i-perform ang buong obligation kasi ikaw ay joint. Okay? Now, solidary, one can be made to pay for the whole obligation subject to reimbursement. Ngayon, now, meron naman tinatawag na divisible and indivisible. Okay? Dito is whether the prestation can be fulfilled in parts or not. Okay? Liability in case na magkaroon ng breach. Okay? Now, punta tayo dun sa nature and effects of obligations. Okay? Obligation to give. Okay? Kasi, ang ginagawa ko ngayon, actually, dito sa classification of obligation is to give you a refresher. Okay? Kasi, di ba, for the past few RFBT live sessions natin, ang dami ko nang na-discuss. So, parang eto is, ngayon is, refresh lang tayo ng konti and then, probably for the next week, FB Live session, kuha na tayo. Contracts na tayo. Obligation to give, so diniscuss ko na to kung natatandaan mo, yung determinate or specific thing. Okay? Can be identified or distinguished from others of its kind. So, ang ibig sabihin, lahat ng hindi siya general. Kung anong sinabi, etong car na to with this plate number, with this color, with this engine number, so yun ay very specific. Kung sinabi lang naman na Honda Civic 2019 model, so ngayon that is indeterminate. So kahit ano pwede. Now, duties of debtor. Ano ba yung duties of debtor? Of course, to deliver the thing. The debtor of a thing cannot compel the creditor to receive a different one, although the latter may be of the same value or more valuable than which is due. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan talaga, no, hindi pwedeng pilitin na tanggapin ni creditor. Yung ibibigay mo kung ano pag-usapan is very specific or determinate thing. Okay? Pero, pwede rin namang sabihin ni creditor, okay, since same value yan or more value yan, pwede ko na yan tanggapin. Okay? But, siyempre, kung ikaw ay creditor, hindi ka pipili na mas lower ang value. Okay? Now, punta tayo. May exception actually dun sa agreement or consent of the creditor. Ito yung sinabi ko, no? The debtor may deliver a different thing or perform a different prestation in lieu of that stipulated. Kung meron namang agreement, may napag-usapan na pwedeng mag-deliver ng different thing. Okay? Then, pwedeng exception yan dun sa determinate thing. Okay? Of course, the debtor should preserve the thing. Okay, standard of care. So, diniscuss ko to last time. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng ordinary care? So, that is a good father of a family. Okay, so unless the law stipulation requires another standard of care. Yung another standard of care, usually sa mga carriers, passenger. Okay, ano ibig sabihin? Yung mga passenger is kailangan, no, yung driver is with extraordinary diligence. Okay? Then, of course, the debtor is also needs to comply na pagka merong accessions and accessories, although that are not mentioned, then you still need to deliver. Okay? Now, let's move on. Accessions. Diniscuss ko na rito in the past. This include everything which is produced by a thing or which is incorporated or attached thereto. Pwede yung natural or pwede yung artificial. Yung accessories naman, those things destined for embellishment, use, or preservation of another thing. Okay? Now, to deliver the fruits, kailangan i-deliver mo yung fruits, no? Kung at the time to deliver it arises, meron siyang fruits, then the creditor has a right to the fruits of the thing. Okay? So tatandaan 'yan. Okay? Then the ownership of the thing is transferred by delivery. Okay? Punta naman tayo sa rights of the creditor. Okay? Sinasabi diyan that the creditor have the rights to compel the delivery, rescission or resolution, and right to damages. Okay, if there is any failure to deliver, except in case of fortuitous event, then yan yung mga rights ni creditor. Okay, compel delivery, rescission, and rights to damages. So last time I already discussed yung fortuitous event. Okay, this is the act of God. Okay, or unforeseen or unexpected occurrence or failure of the debtor to comply with this obligation. Lagi mo lang tatandaan dito, it is independent of the human will. Okay? Impossible na ma-foresee na mangyayari. Like for example, yung bagyo, though foreseeable by the pag-asa, pero hindi mo alam kung gaano talaga kalakas or gaano ang magiging damage sa lugar or sa place mo. Eh kung magdi-deliver ka ng kalabaw, no? So of course, wala ka nang mapagtaguan sa kanila and dumating yung bagyo and talaga nagsimatay lahat, no, nalunod dahil sa lakas ng bagyo. So that is a fortuitous event. So wala kang kakayahan para ipatigil yon. So you are not liable. Okay? Then the obligor must be free from any participation. Kailangan talaga wala kang participation doon para i-enjoy yung creditor. Okay? Kung ikaw ang debtor. Now, yung fraud actually, hindi ko masyadong na-discuss pa yan in the past. So, let's just go through with it. So, yung fraud, negligence in the performance, delay or default, in any manner, contravention of the tenor of obligation, ibig sabihin, the creditor will have the rights, no, to rescind the contract, to damages, to ask the debtor to deliver, okay, or to do the performance at his expense. Okay, so yung mga yan, kung involved yung fraud, negligence in the performance, meron ng delay, and hindi tama yung nagkaroon ng contravention dun sa napag-usapan sa obligation, then the creditor will have the right for damages. Okay? Now, indeterminate, ito na-discuss ko na rin, sinabi ko, it is a generic thing. Okay, so indicated by its kind. Okay, so this is without being designated and meaning distinguished from others of the same kind. Okay, alam na natin yan. So, obligation to do. Okay, ito yung duties of obligor, to do it. Okay, to shoulder the cost if someone else does it, to undo what has been poorly done, and to pay damages. Okay? Kung nag-fail yung person which is the obligor, okay? So, yan yung mga pwedeng gawin. Kailangan ni-execute at his own cost. Okay? Pero laging tatandaan, dapat walang nangyaring fraud, negligence, o merong contravention in the tenor of the obligation. Okay? Yan yung obligations niya. Now, obligation not to do, the obligor does what has been forbidden to him. Okay? It shall also be undone at his expense. Dito, of course, walang obligation. So, ang kailangan mo dito, not to do what should not be done. To shoulder the cost, to undo what should not have been done, and to pay damages. Okay? Ito naman yung obligation na wala kang kailangang gawin. Okay? At pag may ginawa ka, then pwede kang i-ask to undo. No? Usually kasi sa mga properties nangyayari to. Okay? Nagtayo ka ng bakod na hindi naman sa'yo yung property. Okay? Pagkatapos nagkamali ka, hindi pala yan sakop ng lupa mo. So ngayon, sinabi nung kapitbahay mo, kailangan mo yan tanggalin kasi hindi mo yan dapat ginawa. So at your own cost, kailangan mo siyang ipatanggal. Okay? Now, let's move on to the breach of obligations. Okay? Pagka substantial, kailangan yung total amounts to non-performance basis for rescission and damages. Casual, no, partial, a part is performed, and then, okay, hindi permitted ang rescission. Okay, kung merong breach of contract. Okay? Now, let's move on dito sa modes of breach of contract. Okay, dito kasi papasok yung na-discuss ko na rin in the past, yung dolo causanti, dolo incidenti. Okay? Ito yung fraud. Okay? So, ito na. Isa-isahin natin yung modes of breach. Deliberate and intentional evasion of the normal fulfillment of the obligation. Ngayon, kung yan ay during the performance of pre-existing obligation, no, at meron ng fraud na nangyari, then yung creditor automatically, he have the rights to recover damages. Okay? Kung yan naman ay dolo causanti, ibig sabihin, during the perfection of the contract, meron ka nang alam na meron palang deviation of consent. Like for example, sa kasal, no? Kinuwang ka pala. Merong gun na nakatutok pala sa'yo para pakasalan yung girlfriend mo, tinutukan ka ng tatay, so vitiated yung consent. So, ibig sabihin, kahit nagbigay ka ng consent na perfect yung contract, that will be invalidated. That is a breach of contract. Okay? Now, dito sa dolo incidenti, during the perfection of a contract, okay, so pareho sila ng dolo causanti. Pero dito naman, sa dolo incidenti, hindi nagkaroon ng vitiation of consent. Okay? Pero nagkaroon ng damages sa innocent party. Okay? So, yan yung mga breach of contract under fraud. Okay? Now, yan yung mga kinds of fraud natin. Okay? Now, punta naman tayo sa negligence. Again, like what I have said, you can go back to our previous FB Live kasi this is a review. Negligence or culpa contractual. Okay? So, ito naman is yung obligor, no? Consists in his failure or exercise due care. Okay? Walang prudence na nangyari, walang professional care. Okay? Hindi mo pinalo yung standard, no? Dun sa contract kung paano mo talaga i-take care. Okay? So, dito, in this case, then you will be liable. Okay? Pagdating naman sa delay, so alam na natin to. Kung merong nangyari na meron kang contract and then it's time to deliver, dating hindi mo dineliver, then you incur the delay, judicially or extrajudicially, then the creditor will demand fulfillment of the obligation and sometimes you will be liable as well for damages. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin lang nito, very simple explanation is self-explanatory. Pag sinabi kasing delay, ito yung non-fulfillment of the obligation with respect to time. Okay? Pero meron ding isang rule, general rule. There is no mora or no delay unless there is a demand. Okay? But, meron tayong exemption. May mga cases na there is no need for a demand. Okay? Like for example, sa rent, pagka nag-sign ka ng contract, nakalagay na kagad kung kailan ka magbabayad o kailan mo mag-issue ng rental check. So, wala nang demand. Demand is not necessary. Okay? So, ito yung mga sample. When the obligation or the law expressly so declares, when the form in nature, okay, the nature and circumstances of the obligation represents designation of the time. Okay? When the demand would be useless. Okay? For example, no, sinabi sa'yo, may wedding na mangyayari ngayong Sunday, ito yung kailangan gawin. Sa tingin mo ba magdidemand pa yung ikakasal? Of course not. Automatic na yon, no? Nakalagay na rin yan sa contract usually. Now, reciprocal obligations. Ito naman, neither party incurs in delay if the other does not comply or is not ready to comply in a proper manner. Okay? So, eto naman is parehong may obligation. Okay, kailan magkakaroon ng delay dito? Pagka yung isang party is nag-deliver na and ikaw hindi ka pa nag-deliver. Okay? Now, kinds of mora. Dito naman, meron tayong tatlong kinds which is na-discuss ko na rin to in our previous FB Live. Mora solvendi, default on the part of the debtor, and then mora accipiendi, default on the part of the creditor. And then, yung third natin is mora compensation more. Okay, paki-check na lang din yung mga requisites. Okay? Now, dito tayo, diretso tayo sa next discussion natin. Ito yung compensation mora na sinabi ko na, default on both part of the parties. Okay? Now, let's move on kasi na-discuss ko na yung mga yan. So, na-refresh ko lang kayo. Okay? So, action performance, action for the damages, and rescission. Now, punta tayo sa indeterminate or generic thing, alam mo na rin yan. Okay? So, let me just go through kung ano pa yung mga importante na laging merong question. Actually, ito, action for rescission. Okay? Yung party seeking rescission, no, can only elect between fulfillment and rescission. Ibig sabihin kasi ng rescission, no, pwede kasi yan, okay, wag mo nang i-fulfill yung obligation, pero bayaran mo na lang ako. Pwede rin ganon. O sige, ituloy mo na lang yung obligation and then i-fulfill mo ng ayon dun sa panibagong kontrata or obligation mo sa akin. Okay? So, may karapatan na mag-rescind, okay, of course, lagi is yung injured party. Okay? Ito is permitted kung merong substantial breach. Okay? Sa contracts, i-discuss ko naman yan, okay, kasi meron yung topic doon. Okay? Excuse me. So, dun is madidiscuss yan, madadaanan yan. Okay? Ito is yung may requirements for judicial approval, object is not yet delivered, obligation has not yet been performed. So, ang action mo dyan is rescission. Again, ang merong rights for rescission is the injured party. Okay? Again and again, only be permitted in case of substantial breach. Okay? Now, yung effect of rescission, I will just go through with it in the contracts as well. Okay? Kasi this is in relation with rescissible contracts. Okay? Subsidiary remedies of creditor. Okay? So, ito is nadaanan ko lang. Ito yung remedies, which is action subrogatoria, action pauliana. Ito yung mga pwede niyang gawin. Okay? Don't worry, okay? Yung mga requisites, kailangan tandaan mo. Paano ba tatawaging action pauliana yan? So, ibig sabihin, dapat yung requisites are present. Okay? Plaintiff asking for rescission as a creditor prior to the alienation. Okay? Merong subsequent contract na merong patrimonial benefit to a third person. And then, the creditor has no legal remedy. The act being impugned is fraudulent. Okay? So, in absence of any of one of the requisites, so hindi yan magiging action pauliana. Okay? Laging tatandaan, no? Kailangan, pagka sinabi kasi, merong mga requisites. Okay? Ganun din sa pag-answer ng multiple choice question. Kasi minsan, sinasabi, which of the following is not a requisite? Which of the following are the requisites? So, kahit papano, dapat alam mo kung ano yung mga requisites dun sa mini-mention, okay? Na like for example, action pauliana, ano yung requisites, no? So dito, ito yung sample. Don't worry, do you want this extinguishment? Okay, if you want this PowerPoint presentation, no? So I think I will give it to those keeps attending the RFBT live session. Pag natapos ko na yung obligations and contracts, I will give yung PowerPoint. Kasi actually, in the previous FB live session, I did not do any PowerPoint. So ngayon lang ako gumamit ng PowerPoint kasi I wasn't able to fix the board and my camera. Okay? So, etong PowerPoint na to, ibibigay ko for those attending my FB live session pag natapos na natin yung RFBT. Okay? So, yung fortuitous event, nadaanan ko na yan. So, hindi ko na ulit papasadahan, okay? Kasi alam nyo na yan, okay? So, pag yan ay tinanong sa multiple choice questions, bonus na lang. Tandaan yung elements, simple lang naman yan, unforeseen, impossible to foresee, okay? Yung occurrence is render it impossible for the debtor to fulfill the obligation, and then dapat free from any participation or in the aggravation of the injury or loss. So, yun yung elements niya. Okay? Then the burden of proving that the loss was due to fortuitous event rests on him who invokes it. Kung sino ang nagsasabi na yung event is fortuitous, siya yung magpapatunay. Yung proof is manggagaling sa kanya. Okay? Pero madali lang naman niyang i-prove, no? Para ma-exempt sa liability. Okay? Make sure na walang negligence na nangyari or misconduct. Okay? Like what we have said, dapat independent of human will. Okay? Now, eto naman, actually, diniscuss ko yung kinds of obligations. Nagpasada ako ng konti dito, yung pure and conditional, obligations with a period, alternative obligations, joint and solidary obligations, divisible and indivisible, and obligations with a penal clause. Okay? So, yan yung diniscuss natin today. So, that's it for today. Do you have any questions? Meron ba kayong questions? So, I need to stop sharing. Okay. Okay, sorry. So, okay. So, who wants the PowerPoint? Okay, so you need to be here every time meron tayong FB Live session. Gusto niyo ba yung ganon? I want to know, do you want me to do PowerPoint dito sa theories or you want me to do on board? Kasi sa board, ang mangyayari lang naman is isusulat ko lang naman yung yung kinds of obligations, then I'm going to write it and then put the important word. Okay? So, kaya naisip ko, I think, much better na gumamit ako ng PowerPoint. Diba? Okay? Instead of doing the discussion. Kung more on formulas naman, okay, nagka-calculate tayo, actually, I'm using yung talagang board. Okay? So, I hope you enjoy. Okay? I think PowerPoint is better talaga when it comes to theories. Okay? Actually, siguro more on examples tayo and problems. Okay? Para meron tayong way to discuss it properly. Okay? So, yun lang for today. But do you have any questions? So, mag-shoutout ako sa mga nag-comment. Indira, Amelie, Mariel, Iya. Okay, thank you so much. No, Mary Joy, okay, thank you for being here. Kung may mga questions kayo, okay, actually, wait lang. Mag-answer pa ako ng isang question, okay, na na-receive ko din. Ito is, papaano if hindi ka sinusuportahan ng environment mo sa journey mo ng CPA. Okay, yung siguro ito is yung estudyante is nasa point na siguro dinidegrade ng environment. Okay, I will not say probably siguro yung family member or kapatid o kaibigan na sinasabi sa'yo, you will not become a certified public accountant. The exam is so hard and you will not be one. Okay, paano kung ganon? Okay, paano yung approach mo? Okay, so I think this is very applicable. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually, if I will be on his place, I will just keep quiet. Okay, so I will just keep quiet and then I will work quietly and silently. That means I'm going to study hard, and I'm going to prove it to you that in October 2021, I will become a certified public accountant. Okay, so you work silently, just keep quiet. If they don't believe, then don't hear it. Okay, pasok lang dito, labas dito. Okay, ganun lang yun. Okay, kasi yung doubts, okay, yung doubts is laging meron. Okay, and what you need to do is stay away from these people. Okay, siguro kung family member yan, then you communicate with them less. Okay? And then siguro, dahil sa dinidegrade ka, then you study dun sa place na hindi ka nila makikita. Alam mo yung ganon, okay? Sa room mo, okay? Punta ka sa room mo, mag-study ka, mag-aral ka mag-isa, and then don't let them bother you. Okay? Kasi if you are going to believe na you can become a certified public accountant, that is the first step. You need to believe on yourself. Don't worry about others, okay? Don't worry that someone will believe in you, okay, more than you do. Okay, so ikaw muna. So again, another tips ko is yung 3-letter na CPA, okay? Yung 3-letter na CPA, C is for confidence, P is for preparation, and then A is Almighty God. Okay? And then, please, okay, I think we post already that this is the last uh, chance to enroll dun sa Sipali handouts kasi I'm going to focus on the students, no? For this month, I'm sharing with them yung financial accounting and reporting, all the concepts, yung mga important concepts, no? I-share ko sa kanila. Then siguro I will invite also my lecturers na pwede ring mag-share. Okay, so for those that wants to enroll, okay, pwede pang humabol until tomorrow. Okay, so you can grab the test banks and handouts dito sa comment, no? Nandiyan yun sa comment. Okay, i-click mo lang yung comments, no? Punta ka lang dyan and then you can check if this is for you. But if you are already attending online review, then you don't need to grab it. Okay? But if you think that this will help and kukonti lang naman yung materials mo, okay? So then grab this one, okay? Don't also, how can I say it? Overwhelm yourself with materials, okay? Don't hear from others na kailangan lahat ng review center meron ako materials. No. You will just be overwhelmed. Just finish the materials that you have, get the concepts by your own, do your own summary notes. Ganyan yung ginagawa ko. So, yung Sipali handouts is a result of important notes then. Okay, so yun lang. Have a great weekend. Please do share it with your friends because this is the only way that we are going to be able to inspire and help others. So maraming salamat. God bless you.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video lesson. If you haven't done so, please click the subscribe button below.